Hi, sorry everybody, if you're just joining, I forgot to record, so we're just going to briefly run back through it. We're launching the beautiful Sarah. She's starting her business with Juice Plus, so we're going to talk a little bit about the magic behind the company and the product. So I'm just talking about these beautiful capsules. Okay, so they're the veggies, the berries, and the fruit, and it's literally just veggies, berries, and fruits. So what the company's done is they've designed a way to take that produce, extract all the nutrients at their peak density, and put it inside a capsule. And they do that while the nutrients are still live. So that's why we see so many amazing results in our products. I was just talking about before, it's easy these days to miss those nutrients because our lives are so busy. It's hard to get balanced meals on the table. And even when we do, we're buying substandard produce most of the time because we're buying it from a supermarket just out of convenience. And most of the time, they are gas ripened, they're sprayed with pesticides. Sometimes they're even, left in a fridge or left in a freezer for a very long time before they're put on the shelves. So as we're never a replacement, we completely want people to eat healthy and to live healthy lives. And if you get into Juice Plus, you'll see that there's a lot behind the scenes that goes on about actual healthy living. Not just taking our product and not eating anything else, okay? Because that's definitely not what we're about. We're just about bridging that gap, all right? So the cool thing about our products is that they're all organic. So you don't see any of those pesticides, any of those sprays, nothing artificial whatsoever in our products, 100% natural. Even the capsules are a biodegradable tapioca case. So completely natural again and plant-based. So because of that, we're actually TGA listed. And that's really cool because even though we're not counted as a supplement, we are the only thing supplement-like in the line that is actually TGA approved for medical use. And that's literally because, doctors know the benefits of fruits and veggies and they know that we're not eating enough of it. It literally is nature's medicine. So that's why our product is really different to anything that you can buy on the shelves. We have that awesome backing to say that we're, we could be medically used. And we don't at any stage say that we're a cure for anything or we're going to, make you any massive big promises because we don't. It's literally just like filling your body full of 27 fruits, veggies and berries every day. Of course, you're going to feel good, okay? You're going to get more energy. You're going to have clearer skin. You're going to be just feeling better because the inside's feeling better, okay? So that's a little bit about these ones. And like I said, again, 100% natural. So they may look like they come in a capsule type form. They may look a little bit like a supplement. But the cool thing about it is if you read the back, they actually are whole food ingredients. Okay, so it's literally like this is our fruit one. It's literally got apple, pineapple, peach, prune, orange, cranberry, blah, blah, blah. So many other amazing things. And just in its pure whole food form. Okay, again, like I said, because they can extract the nutrients live. So it's literally just like having an apple, a pineapple, so and so and so and so, okay? Now, the difference with that is if you were to go to the chemist and buy a supplement off the shelf, you'd actually be able to see a breakdown of the minerals and the vitamins on the back. Now, with Juice Plus, you can't. And some people do kind of rebuke that and say that, there must be something wrong with our product. But what I say about that is, it's not synthetic. Our product isn't made in a lab whatsoever. So you're not going to be able to tell how much nutrients are inside an apple because it's literally an apple. Like you go and pick, out of the counter or off the tree, anything like that. It's full of goodness, just like it would be in here. Okay, so for me, that's actually what I really like about the product is that it's a whole food. It's a whole food product. It's not a supplement whatsoever. And again, you can see that in the back by the ingredients list. Okay, so there are capsules. And now we also have another awesome product, which is our whole food powder. So that's these ones here. Now, the capsules work on a micronutrient level, and these guys work on a macronutrient level. So anybody that's into protein, going to the gym, things like that, you'll understand that this is pretty much the fuel, okay? It's what can keep you running. It's got awesome superfoods in it, and again, completely plant-based and natural, so it's vegan friendly. And you've got awesome things like alfalfa sprouts, broccoli, radish sprouts, quinoa, all sorts of things. spirulina, things that I would never even buy. So the fact that you get to have these, you can put them in a smoothie. This chocolate one is awesome just with almond milk or coconut water. My kids drink it, so that tells you how decent it can taste. Mushroom, yes, mushrooms are in there as well. So simply just by adding them to anything, you're getting all this goodness and all this extra whole food that you probably wouldn't fit in your shopping trolley. So it's really quite simple. It's filling your body full of goodness, natural goodness. So you're not going to be go out and filling it full of fillers or whey proteins or different kind of things like that that are probably going to block up your system or do something else. They may taste good, but they're not really designed to be in our body. So these plants actually are, and that's why you see so many amazing results. I'm sure Sarah could add you in at any stage. We've got a global testimonials page because our product is available in, I think it's about 38 countries at the moment. We've got so many different testimonials going on from all over the world. And you'll see awesome results. And it's really no surprise because it does make sense. We know these things are good for us. They're obviously going to have an effect in our body. And when you can, say if you could get one of these in a day and one each of the capsules, that's over 50 good produce and quality produce that you're getting into your body. Of course, you're going to see good things. And, we see people who have wonderful results with weight loss, eczema, dermatitis, autoimmune conditions, diabetes, all sorts of crazy stuff that you don't realize are diet related, really. I seen something on the news the other day about how they're coming out now that, eczema can be cured through diet. And to me, when you think about it, it makes sense because we put so much processed food and so much crap really inside our body that we're going to start to see notices on the outside that probably aren't ideal. So just a little bit about me personally. I have been in the business now for about 5 months, but I've been on the product for a little bit longer. I started taking the product first and I really started to love it. I was at a stage in life where things were a little bit crappy. I had been going through a bit of a curveball. So my partner was really ill. I was the only one working and we have 2 small kids and it started to get a lot for me. I was feeling a lot of just mental issues. I was suffering from depression, anxiety, just not really living life to the full. So it kind of came into my life at a perfect time because I was really vulnerable. I needed something to help make me feel better. But because I'm quite a holistic person, I grew up with my mum always juicing and making organic meals and things like that. I didn't want to go on medication and I was quite stubborn about it. So I'm really thankful that this came in because, like I said again, you don't realise that things like that could be diet related. But as soon as I started taking the capsules and taking these little things, they actually have a mineral in them called niacin and it's a natural antidepressant. So just goes to show there's so much stuff out there that we should be having that we're not made aware of. So I started taking these for about a week and noticed insane differences. I started waking up in the morning not feeling crappy. Anybody who's ever suffered anxiety knows that you get that really disgusting knot in your belly. You just don't want to do anything. That went, and that's massive. I'd had that for up to 12 months and just not really noticed that you could have life without it. So it was amazing how the difference changed. And it made me really passionate about wanting to get out there and tell other people about it because I know there's a lot of my friends and family who were suffering as well. So I approached the person who got me into it. Her name was Lauren, and I actually went to school with her about a decade ago. And she told me that there was a business behind it. And at that stage, I had a bit of connotations about what this business was about, and I probably didn't take it seriously. I just thought, I'm not into selling to my family and friends. I don't really want to do it, but I will recommend the product. And she was like, that's cool, Katrina, that's what I do. And it just made sense. Like I started thinking it's not anything bigger than it is. It's literally me talking about a product that's changed my life and that has helped a lot of other people. And I took it on board. And like I said at the beginning when I was talking to these guys, Juice Plus is so much more than, so many people look at it and think it's just a supplement or it's just something that we endorse to make money. It is so much more than that. It's literally a whole lifestyle change and it's about helping people feel better. And the other cool part about our business is that there's so much financial freedom that you can create. We're not like a business where you have to work a certain amount of hours or you have to do a certain amount of targets or something like that to be able to be a part of it. you literally can go with however you like. You can work however you want. You can work with whoever you want. There's just so much freedom there. So before I get to a little bit about the business, I just want to branch on over, and I'm going to spotlight Desi, because Desi's got another personal story about the product, because it just makes it a little bit more personal when you can understand what the product does for so many different people. It's easy for me to sit up here and, tell you my story and blabber on, but it's nice to hear that it does do the same things for other people. So I'm going to take it over to Desi. Desi's one of my beautiful teammates that I brought on not too long ago. So I'm just going to get her to share her story, and I'll spotlight you too, beautiful. All right, how's yours?
Hi. Hi, yeah. I met Katrina through Family Daycare on the Facebook, so I knew she was a real person, and she basically just shared her story with me about her success on the way Juice Plus was making her feel, and I was feeling like dead in the water. I hadn't worked for about 2 months and was going to the gym, and I hated every second of it. I had no energy, and I'd come home and I'd have a nap for 3 hours with the dogs or the cat or both, and then run around 10 minutes before my husband got home and quickly clean the kitchen and put a load of washing on, so it looked like I did something for the day, but I really hadn't done anything at all, nothing. So I started Juice Plus, and Katrina got me so excited in it, like so excited, that I signed up straight away, because her energy around the product and what it had done for her had me feeling so excited about taking it. And then I was like, there's no chance that's going to happen for me. But it did. Within about 5 days, I woke up and I didn't have that brain fog. You wake up and you go, oh, I need a coffee. Didn't happen. I was fine, and I'm not a morning person. Like, I still don't like mornings. I don't like kids in the morning, husbands, animals, nothing. Don't like the mornings. But I no longer want to kill anybody, which is a big plus for our family. I also really, really enjoy going to the gym now. And like I said, I've been going to the gym for like 2 months, and I had lost no weight at all, nothing. And then I started the capsules, and when I went to the gym, I found I was because I had more energy, I was putting more into the gym. Then I started on the shakes about a month later, and boom, the weight just started coming off. So I've lost quite a few centimetres from all my bits and pieces, which is amazing. And I haven't really changed my diet that much. I'm incorporating some of the recipes from the Juice Plus program, but not a lot. If I want a bowl of ice cream, I have a bowl of ice cream, and I don't stress. This isn't a diet for me. This isn't a meal replacement. This is me getting my body healthy. And I'm not craving the crap like I used to crave it. I used to have sugar. Give me the sugar or I'm going to kill you kind of person. Not anymore. I didn't get a migraine with my last period, which has been years since that happened. Years. And my husband was like, woo! No crazy person in the house. So basically, Katrina, my new best friend and drug dealer, Juice Plus dealer, it's changed my life, and signing up to the business has been amazing. I'm only really just starting out, and I'm making about $600 a month so far, not really doing anything except annoying Katrina with all my questions. But other than that, I'm just having fun talking to people, reconnecting with people, and taking my Juice Plus every day. My husband wants to take Juice Plus. My friends have started to see the changes in me and not crazy days. I've actually stuck with something for more than a month. It's nearly 3 months now. They're seeing the changes. My best friend didn't even ask me about the product. And then last week, she's like, I'm getting the shakes and I'm getting the premium capsules. Boom, sign me up. And I'm like, whoa, yahoo! So it's a life-changing concept, that it's whole food. I'm not allergic to any of it, thank God. Can't take dairy, so I can't take any of the other products that are out there. It's safe for the kids. I've got foster kids. I give them the chews. It's basically cleared up one of the kids' eczema completely. So the changes in our family have been immense. Thank you, Katrina.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Oh, the end.
You are so gorgeous.
Is that all right?
Yeah, you are awesome. See, this is what I love, is that we're all real people. You get to hear real stories. You're not going to hear some BS come from, you know, somebody who sits up the top of a chain and talks crap to people. You literally get to meet real people and help real people, and that's the beauty of it. And like Desi said, it's a whole lifestyle behind it. You know, with our products, you get a whole program about healthy eating. We actually have a beautiful nutritionist, holistic nutritionist in our company, and she writes amazing recipes and shopping guides and things like that that you get with it. I'm so sorry, Desi, let me get you off there. I'll put me back on spotlight for you, darling, so just in case you pick your nose or anything. So yeah, you get the whole recipe behind it. And the really good thing about it too is, like Desi said, with her foster kids, you get to have child products free. So with every adult that buys the product, you get child products free. And that was what won me over when my girlfriend got me into it, because I just thought, you know, there's so many products out there and so many companies out there that aim to get you fit and healthy. But it wasn't really until I realized that they invested in the younger generation and they really want to change their eating habits that I seen the heart behind the company, and I realized it was so much more than some pyramid scam that, you know, everybody kind of assumes or worries about. All right, so they're the really cool things about the product. And now, because it's Sarah's business launch, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the business, just to give you an idea of what she's going through. Because if you're like me, sitting there at the start thinking it was a pyramid scam, or that you can't sell to people, or, you know, that she's going to be bugging you nonstop to buy her products, I just want to tell you that it's not like that. And I'll go through a few of the things that you can kind of support her with and understand what she's doing. Okay. So for me, the first thing obviously was that I was worried about it was a pyramid scam. I had my dad do Amway and all sorts of goji berries, and, you know, growing up, whatever was cool or you know, was going to make money, he was part of it. And bless his heart, he's done really well. You know, he loves his life. He's very passionate about what he does. But it was always clear to me that that wasn't for me. I didn't think I was confident enough to do anything like that. So things like that scared me, and that's what put me off trying Juice Plus for so long. But what I realized was that we're nothing like a pyramid, okay? One of those pyramids where someone sits at the top and, you know, they drip down and they take advantage of everybody. Literally, I worked out that that's what my traditional business was like, okay? I used to work at a place called Infinity, and I'll show you a little drawing. Can you see over here? I'll show you my cool skills. So I used to work at Infinity, and this was it. I was down here. I came in here at 17, right down the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. The glare's a bit horrible, isn't it? Cool. I'm going to bring it closer. Cool. So this was my Infinity. And now I came in at 17 and I sat down the bottom here. I was a little register girl. Okay, and that was our entry position. So when we started, you had to come in here. And then we had the CEO at the top. Now, bless his heart, he made this company. It was his blood and his tears. And he loved it, but he was very passionate about it. And there was no way anybody was reaching up this position. Okay, so he sat at the top of the pyramid. His son sat at the bottom rank, told us all what to do. And then son's sister was our manager. Then we had supervisors, or senior supervisors, and then supervisors. And I was really lucky. I worked 7 years here, my public holidays, Sunday nights, all sorts of crazy hours. And I made it to here, okay? And it was like $20 an hour. I thought it was good money. You know, I enjoyed it at the time, but I was very young and I was very limited. There was nowhere that I was going to move up or down. I was pretty much stuck here. Whenever the CEO was ready to leave, his son was going to step up and take it. So there was no growth. There was nothing happening for me here. I was literally just working for a dollar figure. I was trading my time for a dollar figure. And it didn't really seem like it was going to get anywhere. So then what I did is I went and started my own dance business. And then I was the CEO. And I thought, sweet, this is going to be awesome. I get to be, you know, the top of the pyramid, and I get to kind of boss everyone around and make my money and, you know, live my big dreams. It was super cool for a little while until I realized that the people that started down the bottom were constantly jumping over each other to try and get to my spots, you know, to become an assistant teacher or to become an instructor or to become a senior coach, things like that. And it got really nasty. And I was constantly dispersing fights and constantly, you know, paying overheads and doing crazy things like that I didn't enjoy. And I realized that being up here wasn't really fun. It's still, I always wanted to be a dance teacher. I wanted to own a dance school, and I did it, and I still realized that it was so limited as to what I could do because I was there all the time. I may have been at the top there, but I literally had no free time whatsoever. So when I started this business, I realized it was really different because it was the other way around. So sorry, I'll just rub this off. Okay, so it was the other way around. It literally went like this. So it literally was the other way around. Okay, we started in here as a VF, so a virtual franchise. So like Sarah, I bought my business for $137 and I got a whole business. Not like dancing where I paid tens of thousands of dollars to own my own studio and pay and fight and pretty much run an adult childcare. So I started out here, and then the cool thing about this is our pinnacle position. So our CEO is called NMD, and up the top there is literally unlimited spaces to get there. So there's no fighting, no jumping over each other. We all have the same amount of opportunities to get there as everybody else. Cool. Sorry, that's my daughter. She knows I'm in here and she can't come in, so it's upsetting. So we all have the ample amount of time to get up there. And as we work our way up the ranks, there's literally no fighting or anything. If anything, we're helping each other get up there because everyone's success depends on your success. So what you'll find is a whole lifestyle of people wanting more out of life and wanting to help each other. Okay, so it's none of that someone sitting up at the top and telling you what to do, because that's literally not how it works. Oh, sorry, Desi. Cool. So we literally all have our own business and we get to have the proceeds and the help and that from that business. Okay. So that was the difference for me, that I realized it wasn't something to be worried about, and that as I found, I just think this is a much better business model. It's something that really works a lot better than traditional business. Okay. And then my other fear was that I didn't know anybody. So coming into this, I didn't think I really knew many people who would be interested. I thought maybe I'd have 3 people who'd want the product, and they were probably like my mum and dad and brother. But it ended up being really cool. I found that there were a lot of people who wanted help, and literally just by sharing what I was seeing, so sharing my results and things like that, I started to meet customers, and my friends and that started, like Desi said, started to ask me about the product, and I wasn't constantly chasing them or feeling like I was, bugging them, like you kind of assume that a lot of these things can be like. So please rest assured that Sarah's not going to come chasing after you and be begging you for any purchases, because that's not how we work. We literally just share our results, and if that resonates with anybody, then they're more than welcome to come and try the product. Cool. So the other thing that I was concerned about was that I didn't know anybody to join the business. You think that you need to do these things to get up levels and crazy stuff. But literally the cool thing about this is, and I'm a prime example because I came into this business about 5 months ago. So this is me up the top. This is Katrina. And I pretty much within the first week, one of my mums from dancing approached me about it. And she said, look, what are you doing? She was also a family daycare mum like I was at the time. And she said, I want something to supplement my income because our industry was getting a little bit crazy. And I said, yeah, cool, jump on board, have a look. Turns out that the product was amazing for her family too. So she had a really strong desire to want to help people. Her name was Miranda. Okay. And then Miranda's cousin, Danny, was on maternity leave, and she wanted something to help her from going back to work. So Danny tried the product. Again, she had amazing results, and she wanted to share and help and see the positives of that of the business. Now, Danny knows Sarah through their little babies. Okay, so the cool thing about this was that literally I only knew Miranda. I didn't need to know everybody. And, then Sarah's going to meet people along her journey that are going to want to start promoting it as well, and it will help kind of boom off. Now, the cool thing about this is that literally Danny has others, Miranda has others, and I have others who have others who have others. And it just literally goes crazy. I can't explain it. I've been doing it just 5 months now, and I have managed to build a team of 60, and that's crazy, but it shows the power and momentum that this product has. It touches so many lives, and a lot of those people are customers, so they really like the product, and then they can see it making sense and they want to help others, and it just literally booms from there. So I hope that kind of makes it sound a little bit easier about why not to be frightened of what Sarah's doing, because there is a lot of momentum behind it. And, you know, if you're interested in the business at all, there's so much power going on at the moment, and it's just rolling. I think because everybody's getting a little bit more into their health and more aware of what they're putting in their body. So the product's making sense to more people, and more people are trying it and loving it and wanting to help others. So there's definitely not that need of wanting to know lots of people if you wanted to get into it. And that's why I say to Sarah all the time, you know, not to stress, that it will all just organically fall into place, because it literally does for everybody. So that's the cool thing about not needing to know many people. And then, like the other one I said, was that I didn't think I could sell, and I frankly didn't want to sell. But like you know, Desi explained, your friends start to approach you, because my biggest one was my skin and my energy cleared up straight away. A lot of people didn't know what I was going on mentally for me, so they didn't really notice that straight away. But the energy and my skin was crazy, the difference in it. So, but as you can imagine, filling your body full of those goodness, it's going to happen. You're going to start seeing those good results, and people will ask, and it just kind of organically goes that way. So now that we've had all that kind of business talk, we're going to go a little bit about the fun. So I'm going to tell you what Sarah's aiming for and how to kind of help her get there, or if you see somebody else who it might help, to refer her over and things like that. So we talk about the ways that she's going to get paid. All right, the ways that we all get paid. We get paid 3 ways. So we get paid our retail, we get paid our commission, and then we get paid our bonuses. Okay, so there's 3 ways, so bear that in mind when I talk about it, but I'm just going to talk about our bonuses today, because it's the fun money. Everybody likes bonuses. So we're going to go through there. Sorry. Cool. All right, so the bonuses. Now, when you start out, like I said before, you start out at a VF level, and that's practically just virtual franchisee. So you start at the base. Now you get to DVF, and that's a $100 bonus. So you normally get to do that within 10 days. All right. And then we go to SDVF, and this is normally within a month or 2 months, and you get a $300 bonus. And the cool thing about this business is, because we don't have managers, or you don't have anybody really telling you what to do, you have what you call an upline. So I mentioned at the start that I'm an upline from Sarah, and your direct upline will make $300 when you make $300, because like Desi said at the start, you have to ask a lot of questions. Like, I have to be there for Desi to help her get on her feet, because it's, you know, you're starting a whole new business and you're going into a lot in depth. So the cool thing about it is that it's a teaching business, and you get paid when the people you help get paid. Okay. Now, just to kind of let you know at the start too, before I keep yabbering on, I assumed that this money would be coming from either the product profit, so the product must be shit, or that it's coming from people underneath you, because that's what I assumed a pyramid was. All right. But honestly, you think about it, this company doesn't pay any marketing whatsoever. It's all on word of mouth. So they're saving millions of dollars on marketing every year. They're not paying endorsement fees, not paying any types of advertising whatsoever. They're literally relying on people who use the product to talk about the product. So that's why they have so much sitting in a bank to give to you. It's really smart. It's really smart, and it works, especially when they've got a good product like this that sells itself. So then we get to SC, and that's a $600 bonus, and $600 for your upline. Then you get to SSC, which is a $1,200 bonus, and $1,200 for your upline. And then we got QNMD, which is $1,500, and $1,500 for your upline. And NMD, so our pinnacle one, at $3,000. And you don't need one to go to your upline then, because you're earning around about $100K residual. Okay, so there's crazy money available, but like I said, It's sitting up here. It's not coming from anyone below you. Okay. Now, the cool thing about this business is it's not going to take years and years to grow. Yes, it's going to grow over time. But like I said, I've been doing the business for 4 months and I'm already here. So just to give you a bit of an idea of what I'm kind of earning around this stage, I've been able to give up my other 2 businesses. So now I do Juice Plus full time, 5 months into a business. So that kind of gives you a bit of a rough idea of how cool the business is and just how much potential there is behind it. And that's why we do these launches and things like that, to get the word out there, because it's such a cool way to make money and help people at the same time. Cool. So remember, that's just one way as well. We still get retail and commission on top of that as well. So that's where that residual income comes in. Cool. Now I'm just going to jump over to a few of the other beauties that we've got on the line, and they're going to share their business stories. So they'll kind of let you know a little bit more about how cool the business is, and that it is for everyday people, because sometimes you can get one person who does these kind of things like me, and you think, oh yeah, cool, they mustn't happen for everybody, just a select few. But we've got heaps of awesome girls on here that do have stories as well. And because they're in my team, they've all been doing it less than me. So it just goes to show that there's ample opportunity in here. So I'm going to flip over to Louise first. Are you there, babe? I'm just going to...
I am, yes. I've just put my picture back on because I'm picking my daughter up from work.
Beautiful. All right, darling, go for it.
Okay, well, I came across... Are you still there? Yeah. Sorry, one of my kids is trying to ring me at the minute. Yeah, so I came across Juice Plus through a post that Tracy had put on a carers group, support group. I also do family daycare. I'm a single parent of 4 children. 3 of them are at home with me. I've been on my own for nearly 7 years. So I've done it all pretty much the last 7 years on my own. The business, just when I spoke to Tracy, it just made sense. The products made sense. I'd always been trying to put some sort of health food into my children, and to have fruit and veggies and chews for the little fella, it was perfect. My kids actually have the shake, the complete. I've had to slow them down on it. They were having like 3 and 4 each a day, and I went woo woo woo. But that's how much they love it, and they don't know what's in it. They don't know how good it is for them. So yeah, it's just, to me, if I can do it, anyone can do it. So I do like nearly 60 hours a week with daycare, and being a single parent, and doing like picking up and drop offs at to work, to and fro work at funny hours like 8 o'clock at night, 3 nights a week. So yeah, pretty much I feel if I can do it, pretty much anybody can do it. And it's, to be honest, it's not really that difficult. You know, you reach out, you put a few posts on Facebook, people come to you, like Katrina said, and, you know, they want to know what you're doing, what's going on, why your skin looks good. Like one of my daughters has had really severe boils and terrible scarring on her leg, and from all the boils, and the scars have pretty much disappeared now, which I think is amazing. We've had great results. Like I had periods for 2 months prior to starting Juice Plus non-stop, and that's now back to normal. It's in a normal cycle again. Yeah, hair, skin, everything. So yeah.
Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you for sharing. It's nice to hear everybody's stories. It's refreshing. But thank you. And now Louise is at SDBF. So she's at the level that Sarah's going to get to next. So that's her next one. So just to let you know, it's not far away. And that's kind of what Louise has got to, working 60 hours a week. So you literally can do it in stolen moments. And now I'm going to jump over. We're going to go to Trace. Cool. Trace, do you want to unmute yourself, darling? Now, Trace is actually Louise's upline. So Trace was my daycare lady. I sent my babies to her, and we got talking a little bit about the business, but I'll let her talk about that, and she can share her story.
Hello, everyone. So good to see you all. I have a few faces that I met in Melbourne, and people on the Facebook that I love chatting to, and I don't even know you, but go Desi, I love you. And I got into the business through Katrina. I was her daycare mum. And I looked after her beautiful girls, and I would see Katrina come in, and, you know, she'll be having a few issues going on, and I could see that she was, you know, having those up and down moments, and she was very run down, and which I was myself, because it is such a hard job that we do, and having family as well as, you know, having to deal with all that too. So, you know, I'd see that, you know, we're all both run down. And she was kept telling me, there's, you know, something that I've just started taking, you know, it's giving me heaps of energy. I'm basically just bouncing off the walls, you know, and I actually literally saw it in her. I could see how much she had changed, and I said, what is it? I want it, you know. So she got me on the products, and pretty much the same. 3 days into it, I could start feeling more energy. And, you know, when you're a mum and also running a business, sorry, Emmy's just being noisy. You get run down, and I was literally same place, just no energy, tired, didn't want to do anything. And then so taking the Juice Plus, I just was amazed with the energy I got. Literally it just changed me. And like they say, the fog just clears, and it does. It literally just goes, and you can start thinking properly. You know, especially when you don't have much sleep, when you've got babies and you're up all night. And basically, I could think again, and that was fantastic. And another thing that really stood out for me with the product is my periods. Once, you know, they were starting to get really very, very painful after having birth, not giving birth. I had a cesarean, but anyway, you know, they were becoming really painful, and it literally just stopped. I didn't even feel the one, you know, after being on Juice Plus, I didn't even feel it coming on. And then I've actually run out, and I can feel the difference. It's come back majorly bad, and I'm just like, I want my Juice Plus again. So my next shipment should be arriving soon. So anyway, I decided to get onto the business, because I was always looking for something else. I was a bit over doing my family daycare, which I am still doing, but I'm not doing it as much. It's actually given me the freedom to not have to stress so much if I lose a child, or if I'm sick and I need a day off. I basically feel like I don't have to stress over money anymore. So, you know, I'm still doing both jobs at the moment, but I have sorry, she's pulling on my earphones. Definitely going to be closing up my daycare, because I'm at that point in my life where I just don't enjoy it as much as I used to. So working this business is giving me that freedom to be able to do that, to change my life and to make a better life for my family, which I'm really grateful, you know, for Katrina introducing it to me, because it is literally changing everything about what I do in my life, my work, you know, financially, we're always in a bad place, and it's really making me see that there is another way to earn money. You don't have to be working a 9-to-5 job. You literally can do this at home while you're looking after your own kids, doing whatever, going on a holiday, whatever you want to do, you can do it and do this business. It's that flexible. It's fantastic. And so, yeah, that's my story. And I got to where I am now in I'm just literally coming up to 4 months now in the business, and I'm at SC, and it's been a bumpy ride, but it's so much worth it. Like, you really go on that ride, and it's a joyful ride. It's a rush, you know, meeting deadlines. You know, you don't even have to meet the deadlines, but if you want to, you know, it's there. The opportunity's there to just keep going and going. So I'm loving it. I really am.
Thank you, darling. Thanks, Emmy. She wants to join in too.
Oh my goodness. It's always when I got to talk, she wants to jump on me. Yes.
Exactly. Oh, my darling. So just like Tracy said, where am I? It's literally that easy. Like, you know, you can work it around your family. She mentioned something that kind of triggered in me, like last May just gone. I went for a family holiday, and I got to do it because of Juice Plus. I literally had enough money there to go and work in Bali, which was so cool. It's something I've always wanted to do. We spent a beautiful most of the month over there with my family, and it gave me the freedom. As long as I had Wi-Fi, I could literally still do this job. So I was doing events and doing launches, you know, in my hotel room by the pool in Bali. And it just made me think, like, we're missing out on so much because we're so conditioned to do that 9-to-5 job, like Tro said, and to think things like this are wrong. Of course, something must be wrong, you know. Straight away, I thought it was a pyramid scam. And it's funny how when you look at things and when you see people doing well, and the cool thing about our business is that everybody does well and everybody wants everybody to do well. But you assume that there's something wrong with that. And it's quite liberating, I guess, to be part of it. And I'm really excited for Sarah to see everything that's going to come, because we've got beautiful things planned. We've got you know, we do like a lot of conferences throughout Australia and international conferences as well, where we get together and meet everybody. Lots of people on this chat. Like, I know we've got Louise in Toowoomba, we're in the Gold Coast, Catherine's down in SA, Desi's in Innisfail. Like, we're all from everywhere. And we got a chance to meet most of us in Melbourne a couple of weeks ago, which was really cool. But it's just the opportunities and the choices that we can make now that you make an income literally just from your house. So I hope that explains a little bit more about, you know, what we do, what Sarah's going to be embarking on, and that it's not anything scary. It's just literally her sharing something that she's really passionate about and literally helping people. That's what the whole business is based around. So I'm just going to go back to her now. I'm going to let her finish it off. And just say thanks to everybody and just give everybody a little bit of a farewell. So there you are, darling. I'm going to mute myself because Lola's being a little bit noisy in the background. But thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening. I'll get Sarah to say goodbye.
Hello, can everyone hear me? Yep, awesome. Yes. Well, yeah, I'm just sitting in my car, so hopefully I don't cut out. I don't have very good service where I live, so I'll try and make it quick. So I'll just give you a bit of a background about myself and where I'm coming from with this. Back when I was young, I was always known as the skinny one, even so much so that I used to get picked on at school about how skinny I was, ironically even going to doctors to ask how to put weight on. And then at that point, I also got diagnosed with clinical depression. Not anything to do with the bullying, it just runs in my family. So I actually was suffering from that as well, and I still suffer from that. And I've always loved food. I've never been one to diet or exercise. It's just not me, and it hasn't been up until now. And then came my early adulthood when, in a twist of fate, I started to wish my skinny back. My body changed. As a lot of women's do, and I started to put on weight when I ate the wrong things. I also started to suffer from high cholesterol at that point as well, and with my upcoming wedding at the time and also plans to hopefully have a family in the future at that time, I just knew that I wanted to do something for myself to make myself better. So I started calorie counting and exercising for the first time ever, and almost got to where I wanted to be when I found out that I was expecting a baby girl. So it was all very exciting. Then came the 20-week morphology scan, and which we just thought was going to be, you know, standard. But a trip to Brisbane later and some appointments with the paediatric cardiologists, and we found out that our little girl wasn't as healthy as what we'd hoped, what any family would hope. And she was actually suffering from a severe congenital heart defect that was going to require life-saving heart surgery at the time or not long after birth. So my whole life obviously started to revolve around that. I couldn't really think of much else. Sorry if I'm shaking too much. My phone's moving around heaps. I'm trying not to. So my whole life started to revolve around that. The pregnancy became one of fear, being scared of the unknown and whether she was going to survive. And everything else, my health and even my relationship with my husband got put on the back burner. All I could concentrate on was the upcoming surgery, etc. So when Peyton was born, to cut a really stressful and long story short, with delays and some complications, 2 hourly feeds, feeding tubes, extreme vomiting. She actually couldn't even be allowed to cry. Laughing, coughing, sneezing would cause her to start choking and vomiting. I actually got to a point where I actually couldn't go anywhere because she decided she didn't like being in the car anymore, until I actually found out that she liked the iPad with the nursery rhymes, so I could actually leave again. But up until that point, I was having to pull over in the highway when she'd start crying and try and help her breathe again because she was just choking on her vomit. So that was a really extreme time, and it was all I could concentrate on. At 6 months old, that's when our miracle happened, and she started losing weight. So the surgeons knew that she needed to have something done then and there. So the miracle happened in the way that our amazing surgeons were able to do the original ideal operation on her that they had thought was impossible. And instead of a lifetime of operations, that was her outlook, it ends up being that she only had to have the one-off operation, and she should likely never have to have any surgeries again. So that was great. And up to 4 months ago, we were able to wean her off her feeding tube. She's now 12 months old and doing great. So really, 4 months ago, I was able to relax. I was able to start enjoying her and our time together, and just not have to worry every single moment that came along, whether how many moments we have left with her. And that really should have been a fantastic time, which was very frustrating for me. It was a really hard time for me because I just, with being able to relax, my mind and my body hit a wall. I just wanted to sleep all the time. Poor little Peyton and my husband were just dealing with me snapping at them. I was moody. I was just not wanting to even be around anybody. Peyton just wanted to play. She wanted to learn and all those kind of things that babies do. And all I wanted her to do was sleep so I could sleep. And by no means, she wasn't a bad sleeper. She's always been a really good sleeper. Even when I was having to do 2 hourly feeds, that was all through a machine. So she was sleeping through all of that. So it wasn't that I wasn't getting sleep. My diet was suffering though, as I didn't have the energy to cook. So I wasn't getting anywhere near the fruits and vegetables that I should have been getting every day. So that obviously wouldn't have been helping the situation. But I was becoming increasingly frustrated with myself. I was getting more and more depressed. I kept asking myself, why isn't Peyton enough for me to find this motivation to get up and do something? Why can't I get up off the couch? Why she put up such a huge fight? Why can't I even fight myself up off this couch and go and do what I need to be doing to make myself better? And until I realized that it wasn't a motivation thing, I had the motivation, I had my family, I had my daughter. It was that I just didn't have the energy. I needed something. And that's when I saw my my dear trusted friend and fellow heart mum, Danielle, her posts on Facebook and how positive she was feeling from this product, Juice Plus, and how it was changing her life, making her relationship better with her daughter, helping her with her depression, that I just knew that I needed to, not just wanted to, I needed to give this a go. I needed to try this product and see what it could do for me. And so I did, and I haven't looked back. 4 days into using the product, I honestly, no word of a lie, I was washing at the inside and outside of my whole house's windows. Like, I don't do things like that, and I just couldn't stop myself. And it was amazing, and I felt like I could have jumped for joy. I find that my moods have stabilized. My hair's thicker. Like, I just love also knowing that I'm putting all this goodness into my body. All these veggies and fruits that I couldn't even imagine buying every single day and eating. I'm getting all of that goodness and therefore doing the best for myself and therefore my family and my daughter. So I also wanted to share this with my family and my friends and my loved ones and show them how amazing it is, and hope that they could take advantage of such a product as well, a product that I really believe in now. I obviously had doubts and I was skeptical to begin with, as a lot of people are, but I really believe in this product. I believe in this business now. And so I wanted to share that mainly with my family and friends. And also another reason I wanted to become involved in the business was because my husband's contract with his work is coming up soon. So he's actually going to have to start working away, likely over to the other side of Australia. So we're probably only going to get to see him 1 week in every 4. So that's really devastating for us, especially with our young daughter, Peyton. So I really would like to be able to, we can't change that because of financial reasons. At the moment, we have no choices. And I wanted to be able to create those choices. I wanted to be able to create the choice for Paul not to have to work away so he can be home with his family where he wants to be, and for us to be able to do things as a family and go away. So I really want to work my way up as far as I can, and just having the support of such a positive business is amazing. Like, I didn't even realize that such positive people existed in the world, to be honest. When I first joined, and I'm not trying to be rude at all, I found it really bizarre because I just didn't know that so much positivity could exist and I wasn't used to it. So it was very confronting to begin with, but I think it was more because it was skeptical. I was skeptic about it. And I just felt like, I don't know, like it's just something that I'd never seen before. And now I believe in it so much, and the positivity, all I can think of is positive thoughts now. Before, I was just spiraling in negative thoughts every single day. I was down on myself constantly, just telling myself I couldn't do anything. And now I feel like I can achieve anything. And that's what I want my daughter to see in me. And that's what I want my family to see in me, so they can be proud of me and my success. And so I can also believe in myself, because this isn't something I would normally do. I'm way out of my comfort zone. Selling to people, this kind of thing is just so not me. I've never done it before. But with the support that you have, I just feel like I can achieve anything. And so, yeah, I'm just feeling really positive, and that's my story. And thank you for listening.
Oh, thank you so much, honey. Thank you so
much. I hope I didn't babble too much.
Oh, I absolutely adore your story, and I'm so glad to hear it. I'm so glad to hear it. I feel bloody emotional, but I'm so proud of you, and just know that we're all here to help make it happen. Like, I know what you mean. It sounds a bit crazy at the start when you meet all these people that are in your face and, you know, wanting the best for everybody, but honest to God, like, we're all here to help you. And if I can do it, Louise can do it, Tracy can do it, Desi can do it. Like, we're here to make it happen for you, darling. And I'd love to help you be able, you know, to bring your husband home, because it's hard, you know, especially since you've gone through so much to begin with. You deserve to have I know. But anyway, before we all start bawling, just please know that we're all here for you. And again, we're so proud of you, and thank you for taking this step to launch, because I know it scared the shit out of you, but I'm really...
Oh my God, I feel like a 10-ton weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
See, it wasn't scary, was it?
No.
But yeah, thank you again, darling, and thank you everyone for jumping on. It has been recorded, so if you know of anybody who'd like to watch Sarah's launch but didn't get on, please let me know. Yeah, she looks beautiful, doesn't she? Please let me know, and I'll get the recorded version to you guys. But thank you all again. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you to all my girls who shared their stories, and thanks for everybody for taking their time out tonight to come and listen. Farewell, and thank you, and feel free to reach any of us on Facebook if you'd like to have a chat or anything at all. Okay, so thanks guys, have a good night. Bye.
Bye.